Okay, I am here with the basic gameplay video for Vassal. I'm probably going to have to end up doing a more advanced gameplay one too. Here's just the quick map I threw together. Terrain there just for looks, not for uses in this case, obviously. And I've thrown down some destroyers, heavy destroyers and warriors, some tactical marines, some a predator and a land raider. Obviously probably not a really even match, but whatever. And now I've got the models over here. I'm going to go ahead and click models again to get rid of that window. And down here is, as I showed in my first video, where everything I roll, all of that kind of stuff is going to go. So you know your opponent's not cheating, you know what they're actually rolling. Okay, so to start off the game, all of your buttons for the most part are up here at this top part. So to start off with, you can go ahead and roll for mission. And right down here, it rolls mission 5 to 6, so this is Annihilation. Then you can click Deployment right next to it. Deployment 1 or 2 Pitched Battle, so you can go ahead and roll those and automatically, randomly find one of those. And then you can each roll for turn. So for rolling for most things, you're going to click Dice up here, and I'll just roll a d6. Got a 6, and then the other player would just do the same thing. Okay, so we've also got this nifty thing up here that says turn. If you click on turn, it brings up this window here, which is player A movement, turn 1 player A movement, player A shooting and assault, and then turn 1 player B, and you go through this and it goes to turn 2. So you kind of see how that works, and down here it tells you every time a phase changes too. So I'm going back in time now. Okay, so back into this game now. We're going to go ahead and say the Necrons are going first, for no particular reason. So what you can do is you can click on individual ones, or you can highlight multiple ones. So what I'm going to do, if you right click, you can move forward or backward a single inch. You can move backwards or forward 6 inches, and you can also rotate them. Those are going to be the things you really want to memorize. So I'm going to go ahead and, if you hold Control and press the up arrow key, you move them an inch. So I can do that 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how you can kind of keep track of movement with those. If you want to, for instance, move these guys, Control and one of the right or left arrows will actually spin which way they're facing. So, and then they'll actually go that direction too when you press forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can kind of see how you can control them that way. You can also just move them 6 inches at a time if you're just moving straight forward. Okay, so now if you're going to go ahead and shoot, what you can do is you have this thing called line of sight, the little LOS button up here, and this puts up a yellow line. And you can draw this yellow line from things in order to see if terrain is blocking or whatever's going on there. So you can kind of see if this guy has any line of sight to these guys or not. He doesn't have any line of sight past there. You can check this guy, and you can tell that when it hits this crate here, that's all the things he has line of sight to. So that's a really nifty tool. You also have what's called thread. So you click thread, and the same way you just click it on here, and this will tell you exactly how far it is to each of these units. So if you're wondering in rapid fire range, you can measure and make sure they're all in rapid fire range. And you also have a few other options for that. You right click on them, and you go all the way down to range circles. You can choose different sizes. So this is actually putting a 12-inch circle all the way around that model. So that's everything that's in rapid fire range of this warrior. So it's kind of a really nifty tool. And then to turn it off, you just right click back on, go back down to range circles, and click 12 again. Okay, now sometimes you're in a battle here, and it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So up here, you can click zoom, and it'll zoom in on the map, and you can keep zooming in if you need to. You can also do like fit to visible, and it'll fit the whole map into the size window you have. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. Now another thing to know, if you right click, it'll center over that point. So that's an easy way to move the map around while you're zoomed in. Now, these little M's appear up here, if it'll focus. These little M's here just mean that they've moved. You can get rid of it by right-clicking and click Mark Moved. So this one's movement thing got taken off. So I'm going to go ahead and do the shooting now. So I'm going to click Turn and go ahead to shoot, just to kind of keep track of what turn it is. And I'm going to shoot these guys here, all of them, into these Space Marines. So you can draw a line of sight to them. This way your opponent knows what you're shooting at. You can also, I recommend typing it down here. What I'll go into in more detail later that I do is my friends and I, we all get onto a voice chat, like either on Meebo or Google Talk, and so we can talk and type and do this stuff at the same time. It's a lot easier. So I'm just going to take a line of sight and make sure that these guys can see someone. So yeah, so everyone in the squad can see somebody. So now what you're going to do is take the hit to wound button up here, and it asks you the number of dice. I've got 10 guys rapid firing, so I get 20 shots. And they need a 3 to hit. And this gives you a whole bunch of options here, like if you have reroll misses, if you only reroll 1, what you need to wound. I need 4s to wound. You can reroll wounds, all that kind of stuff, rending, and then you click OK. Now when you click OK, it automatically rolls for you. It shows you all of the results. It says I hit 12 out of 20 and 6 out of 12 wound. So now they've taken 6 wounds, so they just have armor saves to make. And of course there is a saves button. And I have 6 saves to make, so type that in. They have a 3+ save. And you can check like reroll saves, feel no pain. Okay, and then click OK, and I made 4 and I lost 2. Now this is the fun part. You can, once you click on one of them, or highlight both, and if you hold Control and press K, it kills them and puts little blood splatters out, which is just plain fun. You can also do this with right click and then click Kill. Okay, so now over here, let's say I'm going to shoot at this vehicle with these destroyers, or with these heavy destroyers. So they all obviously have line of sight. Going to go ahead and draw my line of sight just so my opponent knows what I'm shooting at. And then go up here. There's one for to hit to penetrate. That's for against vehicles. And how many shots? I got 3 shots because I got 3 guys here. And I need 3s to hit. And it's strength 9 against armor 14. So it's going to be kind of difficult, but I'm going to go ahead and try anyway. And click OK. And I actually got really lucky. I got no glances, but I did get a penetrate. Oh, no, I didn't. 1 out of 3 dice hits. I only hit with 1. No damage inflicted. And it tells you what you need to glance, what you need to penetrate too. So nothing happened there. So I'm going to go ahead over here to my destroyers and hopefully try to do something to this Land Raider. So they each get 3 shots apiece. So that's 9 total shots. Actually, they're going to shoot at... Yeah, they're going to shoot at to the side of this Predator there. Try to do something. So, I got 9 dice, 3 is to hit, strength 6 here, versus a side armor of 11, so I got a decent chance, and click OK. 2 dice glance, 1 penetrate, so that was actually pretty good. Now, they do have a 4+ save because I'm shooting through these models here, so do the 2 dice first.